Welcome to Slut in Training, hosted by Missy Greenberg,
Jordan Carlson,
Tania
Ross.
Morning.
Welcome back, sluts. Hello, slut sisters.
Slut hello, girls.
My slut sisters. I love you guys.
You've got some girls out today.
Yeah, I'm going to sit up straight so they look even better.
So that everyone can see your slut sisters.
Yeah, the mic's sitting right between those sisters.
It is.
My girls will be talking today.
In the valley.
In the little valley.
And they will be telling you about the word of the episode today.
Oh, tell us.
Oh my gosh. It's my favorite one to date.
We've had so many.
This is my favorite one because it made me laugh.
Okay.
It's called Tallahassee Night Train.
Does it take place somewhere?
Is
it
the
like a specific
partner on top riding?
Ooh, there's got to be some
somewhere.
riding.
There's definitely riding.
You'll never guess.
Do they leave
It's
train? A train of like
poo?
Oh God,
No, not poo.
No, anal?
Mm-mm.
No anal. Just like
You'll never guess.
okay.
Well,
Well,
stop saying that. We'll never fucking guess.
I
if
know.
you
You won't.
it.
I feel
I'm
very
manifesting that you'll never guess.
What is it?
Okay. Oh my God, this is so good. Okay, so it's the act of a man ejaculating in a sock.
In a sock.
Yes. And then taking said soiled sock.
No.
And hitting
The
the partner's face with it.
Ah.
Wait, not done. Preferably while yelling, boom, TNT at the moment of impact.
That
Are they listening
sounds
to AC/DC
Wait.
while they're doing this?
TNT, of course, meaning Tallahassee Night Train.
Oh my God.
Oh my God.
Isn't it awesome? I was dying when I read it.
That sounds...
You made it very visual.
Well, girls, I'm very excited for our guest today. Super excited. She is a full-time intimacy coordinator based in Los Angeles with experience on over 60
Damn.
productions
Wow.
in just the past year. She specializes,
Oh my gosh.
shit.
fucking machine.
Oh my God.
She
Amazing.
specializes in fostering safer, collaborative environments for intimate storytelling, bringing sensitivities, structure, and a positive, grounded energy to every set that she works on.
Very cool.
Love it.
Let's welcome Olivia Ku.
Yes,
Welcome, Olivia.
Welcome. So excited.
Thank you so much for being here.
my
It's so
gosh.
exciting.
Thank you for having me.
We always ask our guests, what is the definition of the word slut to you?
I think what it means is like embracing yourself in all forms and whatever that looks like for each individual person, whether that's like expressing yourself sexually or intimately or reclaiming the word, whatever it looks like for each individual person, that's what it means for me.
I
Very
love that.
cool. That's such a
I love that.
succinct
I know.
answer too. Oh my gosh.
Better than our answer. Okay, so I'm going to ask this question because, as you know, I'm in 1,200 programs as usual.
Missy's always in a program.
I'm always in some program.
Always in a program.
I hear you, sister. It's okay.
I'm always moving. But I am in an intimacy coordinator program, mid-program.
Cool.
So I'm obviously fascinated with this topic, and it just goes well with our sex topics. But can you tell us, Olivia, about just how you became an intimacy coordinator and like why and like what does that look like? Because I do think right now it's definitely had its moment in the limelight, but I think there's just a lot that people still don't know about it.
Yeah.
Yeah, amazing. I think I want to preface it with saying that every single intimacy coordinator comes to the work from a different path. So I have friends that come from dance. I have friends that come from just being actors in their past lives or stunts, like whatever direction they come from. My background is I used to be a young actor. One of the first shoots I ever did was a show actually on TNT.
Oh my gosh, so appropriate.
This
so appropriate.
Is a sign.
This is a
Sign.
Meant to be here.
Holy shit.
That's
It's
amazing.
called 1,000 Ways to Die.
Oh, I know
And
that.
show. Yeah.
yeah, and I think at the time 19. And I was playing like a drug lord's girlfriend because it's just like
Amazing.
reenactments of like crazy ways that people die, right?
Oh my God.
So there were two of us, and the drug lord was probably like in his late 50s, maybe. And on the day, like I get there was no conversation at all prior to like any physical touch or kissing or anything like that. And then on the day, the director's like, "Oh, can one of you guys make out with him?" And I was just like a deer in headlights
Oh my
because I was
gosh.
like, "Oh my God, I have a boyfriend. What's happening?"
Yeah.
Like, you know?
Uh-huh.
And I think that really impacts my work because I
Mhm.
understand exactly what that feeling feels like.
Yeah.
I will say they didn't end up picking me to make out with him, and then the other
Oh,
woman was actually okay with doing it, so it ended up being fine in that sense. Although they cut the entire scene, so what was the point?
of course.
Oh my God. Oh.
Practice. Yeah.
So that really impacts my work. And also, throughout the years, I worked in health and wellness, was a social media influencer in that space before an influencer was a word. So it was like a weird time, but a really cool experience at the same time. And then I also have a background in supporting survivors of domestic violence and sexual assault.
I
So
love that.
a
Wow.
lot of times on the shows that I work on, there's so many of these like murky consent stories
Mhm.
where it's like, "Oh, well, they're both drunk, so it's fine." And I'm like, "Is it though?" Like,
Mhm.
just having
Yeah.
moments and conversations and like helping educate the team sometimes on like, "Hey, like, is this the story we're actually trying to tell?" Like a lot of BDSM stories are happening right now in the
Uh-huh.
vertical world.
Mm-hmm.
And it's very, in a way, like just done in a way to sensationalize and not actually represent the community in an authentic way. And so when I come to work, I'm like, "Hey, like this is what actual BDSM
Mm.
looks like. Can we implement a lot of these things?" And
Mm-hmm.
on my last project, I'm very grateful for the director. She's also a woman, which is incredible.
Yay.
Yeah.
Yay.
We
And
like that.
she was like, "Yeah, let's implement all of these things and let's try to be as authentic to the story as possible." So we were able to do like a scene where there's an actual intake form. And I'm like, wow, that like never really happens on most things in Hollywood.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Used to BDSM, we got to build in a scene with aftercare. So just like all of these like little nuanced things that we're able to do has been really incredible.
Yeah.
So that's kind of like in a nutshell how I came to this space.
I love that background. It's very unique. And I think that totally makes sense for
Yeah.
how you are so successful in IC work.
Mhm.
But how did you become an intimacy coordinator?
Oh, okay. Training wise, I trained with all different organizations. SAG has a list of their accredited organizations, and I've
Oh, okay.
probably taken courses through at least like 75% of them.
That's cool.
That's
At
amazing.
least the ones in the US, the major ones I've definitely taken workshops with.
What is it like? I'm really curious being on set for like a steamy scene. What is that experience like? Like, is it a closed set?
Yes. I would say my goal is always to have the actors do the least amount of work that is able to be replicated for multiple takes over and over while
Mhm.
making it look super, super steamy and like amazing and spicy. And the audience is like gasping and going like, "Oh my gosh, what's happening?" Because the thing is I think a lot of folks don't understand is like scenes like that are really choreography heavy.
Mhm.
And it can take a lot out of you if you're doing it over and over and over again. It's also like very mentally draining if
Yeah.
you have
I
to like
bet.
replicate the same thing like for 6 hours,
Mhm.
right?
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
it's a lot.
Yeah.
So I always try to simplify it as much as we can while selling things as much as we possibly can. So if it looks really, really spicy, it doesn't always mean that on
Mhm.
set it's really spicy because not every single beat is choreographed unless an actor really wants it. It really depends for me how an
Mhm.
actor wants to work with me. Some
Mhm.
prefer a lot of choreo, some prefer just kind of a boundary check-in and then basic blocking, and then they would rather like find it in the moments while knowing each other's
Oh.
boundaries. So it just depends on what each actor needs.
Yeah.
At least that's my approach to the work from an advocacy background. The way I see it is I can't tell you what you need. Like I'm here to listen to what you need by you telling me.
Mhm.
'Cause I think sometimes there is approach of like, "Oh, I'm going to go in there and I'm going to set up all of these like protections," but that doesn't mean that it's necessarily going to make the most vulnerable person in the room the safest, right?
Yeah.
It's up to them to tell me like what is going to make them more comfortable, what's going to work for them. So I come to the work with that kind of approach, whether it's the director or actors or the crew. Like I'm considering like, hey, like what have they told me that they need and supportive? So sometimes that means that like I have actors that are like, oh, I don't want the set clothes for a kissing scene. It's fine. It'll go by faster. And those are usually like, like a basic, like a wedding kiss or something like that. I'm like, okay, great. Like check in with the crew, check in with everyone. If everyone's good to go, then we don't need to necessarily close down the set for that. I've had other experiences where actors are like, oh, I want the set closed for every single possible intimacy scene, just like minimal crew. So like, we'll do that. And it really, I feel like also depends on each director. There are directors who are like, I don't know, Olivia, just go. Please just
do it.
Choreograph something and show it to me.
Free.
Whether that's because the content is something that's out of their comfort zone or they just prefer to allow me to lead in that space. And sometimes I have directors that are really in tune with choreo and all of that. And they choreograph all the beats and everything. And I'm just doing little technical adjustments and like letting the actors know like what the framing's looking like. So there's a lot of like moving parts to everything. And when it's done right, it's an incredibly like professional environment and everyone knows what's happening. It's not something where like people don't know what's going on, basically.
Yeah.
Do you rehearse?
It really depends on each production, but there's no way we're doing intimacy without rehearsal. The only thing that I would ever consider, like if actors don't want a rehearsal for, is like a basic wedding kiss. Like I could give you mouthwash and like mints for that,
Have you done it?
I was going to say, do you keep it on hand?
Keep it on.
Yeah, I have a full intimacy kit. And, like,
tell us what's in that intimacy
what is
kit.
in that? I need to know.
Mints, mouthwash, scissors, chopstick, hand wipes, hand warmers, gum, all sorts of things.
What goes into the process of creating an intimate scene?
So working on an intimacy scene, I usually get the script from production and then I'll do my own breakdown. So like go through all of the script and then flag the scenes that I feel like might be helpful to have me there for, or at least like check in with the actors if they would like me there for certain things. Sometimes when production flags things, for some reason, they tend to miss non-consensual scenes. They're like, oh, this isn't an intimacy. And I'm like, that is 1,000% intimacy. So like things like that can happen. So I have like my breakdown and then I have a meeting with the director.
Okay.
That's usually the first step, is like talking to the director and asking what their vision is, like what story they want to tell in these scenes, like what they're going for, what is the purpose of the intimacy. And then we break down choreo as much as we possibly can. Some directors are very specific. Others just kind of have more a broader general vibe of what they want, which kind of makes my job sometimes harder because it's harder to deliver just the vibe. I try to ask a lot of specific questions like, okay, so like how much clothing are we removing in this? Like what type of sex are we simulating? Are we implying it? Is it simulated? Do we see thrusting? Like, is there like, what do we see? Like, and try to ask them in that way, just get really, really specific. That way we could put everything in the writer. And then when I have my meetings with actors during pre-production, I'm able to tell them all of that information and then ask them about their boundaries, like what works for them, what they're willing to wear or show on camera. And like all of those notes also go back to costumes, different departments. It goes into production notes. So it's a lot of like documentation, actually.
So when you're on set and you've got your actors and it's a sexual or kissing or whatever scene, you actually, do you like put their heads like, you know, tilted, or do you fix their bodies to?
Do you work with the DP
like,
on composition of angles and stuff like that?
It depends on each set. Okay. It really, really depends on each set and how open either the DP or the director is. So like, depending on how much they want to work with me is how I'll tailor to each thing. I'll say on bigger studio stuff, I do a lot less. I almost kind of sometimes feel like I'm just there just to like hand over some robes and like mouthwash and type thing. Also because the actors are usually a lot more seasoned, so they've done a lot of other intimacy scenes. On lower budget stuff and in the vertical space where we have a lot of new actors, it tends to be more hands-on with my job. So, and a lot of the directors maybe have never directed intimacy before, or maybe once before.
Mm-hmm.
And so I do feel like in those spaces, they rely a lot more on the intimacy coordinator to help storytelling.
Yeah, you become the expert. Can we just talk about just sets for a second? Because I know you've done 60 productions this year is a lot. So what's the breakdown? Is it a lot of verticals? And can you explain what verticals are for listeners? Because I don't think that's a common word.
Yeah, so verticals are basically short, right now at least, like soap opera-y kind of like dramas, like short dramas. They're about, I want to say like 60 seconds, around a minute each episode. Then it's shot in a vertical format. So instead of a television where it's like horizontal, it's more for watching on your cell phone. So it's like content that is like very quick attention span type of content. So a lot of like more drama, like it's more dramatic, soap opera-y, like intense kind of emotions type of stuff.
Yeah.
With very interesting titles.
That's very
titles.
Yeah.
Interesting.
They're hooks. Yeah.
Oh,
They're also getting more and more interesting.
Oh boy. Wow.
I think because sometimes what is happening in that space is like, since it's such a new industry, they're trying to figure out what works. And I think they've kind of picked up on this idea that like sex sells. So they're trying to see like what they can do in that space with intimacy. And that's why I work a lot in that space. Going back to what you were saying, Missy, I think probably about 80% of my projects at the moment are verticals.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. So that's like, I think one of the only things really like consistently filming here in LA. There's just not a lot of stuff happening. Like in general, I feel like in the studio space, like on the lots, like all of that at the moment.
Yeah. That's a fascinating space to be in right now, I think. And I think you'll
verticals.
Blow up even more.
They're starting to do like conventions and like awards. Like it's really like podcasts.
That's awesome though.
Best title. Best title too.
Best sex scene.
Exactly. Best sex scene.
And the award goes to.
Can you explain modesty garments to our listeners? Because we obviously see them naked on screen, but clearly they're not. So how do you cheat that look?
Oh yeah, there are so many different kinds of modesty garments. And I think because the role of intimacy coordinator is now much more prevalent and people, a lot of people know what it is. It's also greenlit a lot of different companies to start making more modesty garments. So originally there was Heboosh and Sheboosh, which is like just really thin fabric with like sticky tape on the front that goes on the front of like right under kind of your belly button. And then it'll go up like near your tailbone. So like 2 stickies, but it didn't stick very well. And the fabric is like not the best. And so now there's a lot of companies who are making pouches and making like full on stickies. And like, it's been such a great space to be in. Because we have so much better tools. And I also feel like sometimes my job is just arts and crafts. Like,
that's fun.
Like when they don't have, like sometimes if they don't have like a sticky bra and for some reason we need a bare back shot of an actor. So I'm out here like cutting up things and like getting
How are you making the sticky bra?
I'm sorry, go ahead.
How are you making the sticky bra? Is that just fabric that you have on hand or that you cut?
What in one case what happened is we only had a bandeau, so a nude bandeau. So we cut the bandeau so it's still coverage, and then we stuck over K-tape, like nude colored K-tape, just over the front of the chest.
Okay.
Thinking outside the box.
I like that.
Yes.
Very creative.
What's the weirdest object you've had to use for a modesty barrier on set?
The weirdest object.
Tania's excited.
I want to know. Acquiring
I don't know if
lines.
it's weird, but this is in a lot of kids. It is a deflated yoga ball or Pilates ball.
Whoa.
For what?
So for when we do like Ideally, this works if it's like somebody sitting on top of one another on a couch and they have to bounce. So you don't want it fully inflated because the bounce will be too much, but slightly deflated creates a really good barrier between the actors and gives it a bounce.
Amazing.
That's
I didn't
amazing.
even think of that.
I know.
You could use that on a date.
Yes.
Like, I've got a new toy. Want to try it out?
I'll just tape this for you. Look what I'm doing.
Just hope that they've never taken
Amazing.
a Pilates
I love
class.
it.
Bring it to real life.
Yes, you got to make sure it's
Situation.
the right color too.
And the right
Hot pink.
the right amount of
deflating.
Yeah.
Yeah, because you need a little bounce.
That's
Yeah.
fascinating.
Yeah.
I've got those balls.
Becomes
Those
like a
bounce balls.
Yeah.
Amazing.
Yeah.
I do. We're like
That's
3
so
different
funny.
sizes.
This is a really dumb question, but I'm happy to ask it. Do you ever find that actors get too into the role, or one actor gets too into the role, perhaps sticks his, I don't know why I said his, tongue a little too much, and you have to like separate and be like, this is not what we agreed to, or this is not how this scene was
goes
supposed to play out?
into the mouth.
Like,
and pulls it.
was there any moments of that where you just kind of had to step in as the IC person?
So with any kind of like kissing or tongue, we talk about that ahead of time. So we talk about like, is it an open mouth kiss? Is it a closed mouth kiss? Do we need tongue for this?
Mm-hmm.
Generally, I would say we don't need tongue a lot unless the specific storytelling is going to require it. So one time I got to choreograph this stunning like lesbian makeout scene in a bed.
Mm-hmm.
And they specifically in the stage direction says they're swapping spit and like tongues are going everywhere. So in that case, like we're
Wow.
definitely using tongue,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
But generally, if it's like the two characters are making out, it's like a romantic kind of scene, like
Yeah.
tongue is not always necessary unless the director specifically wants that one, because you can't really tell unless they're specifically like making their tongue come out of the mouth and
Yeah.
around the mouth.
Right.
Yeah.
You can't really tell if the actors are using tongue as is. And then if anything does ever go sideways, it's just a quick check-in. We like, at least my approach is like call people in and then just like do a reminder of like getting on the same page. I try to have all of these conversations ahead of time so things don't go sideways on the day and everyone is clear.
Yeah.
But of course, like sometimes things do happen, and then it's just a check-in, making sure that how everyone's feeling, like what do we need to do to move forward from it. And then if it's just like a quick, like, okay, like we just got a little sideways, we weren't supposed to do that, but we didn't realize it until, and then just kind of repair the situation and then move forward. Or if it's really intense, then having to bring in like producers and all of that and facilitating conversations.
Oh, wow.
Well, I'm going to ask you the opposite of that then. Have you ever had to coach a sex scene that was just painfully unsexy?
Oh, that is, I feel like the skill set of an intimacy coordinator. It's spicy when like the two actors freaking hate each other.
Oh,
Like
I
that.
love that.
Yeah.
Is that pretty common? Have you
I
found?
wouldn't say it's very common. It's happened a couple of times, I want to say, in my experience.
Yeah.
Because I feel like actors in general, they try to, I mean, if they're on a project for a long time and they're the leads, they try to get along, like build some type of rapport and trust
Yeah.
between them. That
Yeah.
needs to happen. And usually it just increases over the time of the shoot.
Yeah.
But once in a while, we have experiences where the actors don't like each other, but then they know that they have to do the job. And essentially it's more getting specific about like how many beats certain kisses are, where our hands are landing and all of that. That tends to help so that they don't have to like think about making out with someone that they hate, basically.
So when they show that on screen, I'm sure you've watched it. Does it look like they have chemistry even if they hated each other?
Yeah, because we add breath, we add eye contact, we add all the
I love
physical
it.
things that makes it look like two people are really into each other.
Wow.
I didn't even think about breath.
The breath. Yeah.
Yeah, that's really awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's very breathy. Those moments.
Very
That's when you need gum.
That scene was
That's
so
when you
gum.
just really
That's
like
my
them.
number one note to actors is like, don't forget to breathe.
I love that.
Yes,
I love that.
that seems
Yeah.
important. Okay, what's like the most ridiculous location?
I'm trying to think. I feel like I work in a lot of like, you know, these mansions because the verticals have a lot of
yeah.
CEO billionaires and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
I'm trying to think if there was anything ridiculous. Against a bookshelf, which is like not the most comfortable. Like when you have an actress who's like propped up against the book, she's like, what's happening? But then she has to sell it with making it look really steamy and spicy. So she's like breathing and like pretending to be really into it. Yeah, maybe that.
That sounds like a workout.
Yeah, it is a workout. Yeah. It really is a workout. For sure.
For 6 hours.
I know.
Can you imagine?
6 hours, you have to like.
Well, generally, I would say a simulated sex scene, depending on the content, probably takes about 3. But if they're trying to get a lot of different coverages, or if they're moving from like couch to bed to another room to the bathroom, the kitchen, then it's going to take a lot longer.
Oh,
damn.
That's a good point.
That's a steamy.
That's a really steamy. They're
vertical.
going through the whole mansion.
Yeah. Well, when you pay for a set like that, you're using every inch of that house.
Oh, why not?
Yeah. What's the funniest or most awkward, position that you've choreographed? And obviously, the whole thing is choreographed, but what does that look like when you're on set? And then how awkward does it get here?
I always feel like when I'm choreographing simulated oral sex, it's always such an awkward position, because what happens is, okay, if we're talking about somebody going down on someone with internal genitalia, what happens is, because we have to do a lot of masking usually, their ear goes against someone's inner thigh.
Oh,
so
no.
Oh, no. And so for like however long this is, the actor who is receiving is just going to have to act. And then the other person just has their ear against the thigh and they're just doing this.
Oh no.
That's so unfair.
Bouncing their head.
Oh, awkward.
Sometimes
my
do, like,
God, I love it.
Or like some arches, or maybe like a hand squeeze, like just adding things to it.
Yeah.
But I will say that is the most awkward, I feel like.
What if the rhythm's off? Are you just like, start over? We need to move together.
Usually what I'll do is they'll have an anchor point, meaning that the hand that is not going to appear on camera can either maybe be like on an ankle or another body part that we talk about, and then we'll just squeeze so that they can be in the same rhythm, so they know.
I love,
because otherwise one person could be like, at a 10 and the other one's at a 2. It's gonna look strange.
Like one's listening to R&B and the other one's listening to country.
Got music. Your AirPods are in.
Oh yeah. That's such a great
love this.
idea.
Yeah, trick of the trade.
Yeah, choreography.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
Now we know.
Now we know.
Yeah, now you all know all the secrets.
Okay, I like that though. I'm grateful to know all that stuff, so that you're not, because it looks so real.
Yeah. What is the best oral scene that you've seen in a movie that you haven't directed?
Yeah.
Like the best choreographed one.
I would say Bridgerton.
We're going to talk about Bridgerton.
Yeah.
Is that what's your favorite intimacy sex scene in a movie or
not
TV?
just Bridgerton.
A movie?
Mm-hmm.
Oh my gosh.
Like you aspire to do this on set at some point. That you think that is the most brilliant scene. And then we'll go back to Bridgerton.
Okay. The reason I think this is brilliant is because it sold so well with the actors probably barely doing anything, is the scene in Titanic where the hand goes against the window. And that's a perfect example of intimacy coordinating, is that you have a close-up of 2 actors breathing and like doing some movement, and then suddenly you see a hand go against the window and drag down.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah,
There's probably only one actor in there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It is
But
true.
the audience
It's a hot
is like,
scene.
oh my gosh.
Yeah.
And I love moments like that. Yeah.
Is it a hand model or is it usually the actress?
What if it's like
It's usually the actress.
Yeah.
That's cool. So
I'd say hi. I mean, I'd agree to the hand. Just dragging down a window. Just fine.
Get in there and drag.
That's a great scene.
That's really good.
Yeah.
But let's talk about the most ultimate sex scene ever.
Especially the first one.
Yeah, I mean, one point during COVID. Yeah, I mean that
these
that froze all of America and got I think 90% of women's attention in that scene. Don't you remember the scene?
Is it the one where she's on the steps?
I mean, they're having sex everywhere. And we're like,
know,
oh my God.
But
That's
that
amazing.
one was like, whoa.
Yeah, the steps.
The steps.
Isn't there one by some sculptures?
Yeah, he was they were outside. Nick is Debo.
And he's gorgeous.
He's gorgeous.
Yeah.
We do love him. But
We do.
yeah, talk about the epic sex scenes, I think, of all time.
Yeah.
Do you watch those and you're kind of digesting what is happening? Like, are you following along and being like, oh, they were, kind of squeezing the leg and like that's how they did that rhythm? And are those things that you think about when you're watching these?
Yeah.
I can't not.
Yeah, I bet.
Does it ruin sex scenes for you for the rest of your life? This is terrible.
Try, like, if I'm watching something for the first time, I'll just like watch it. Just like
enjoy
it. So, and then if it was like really amazing, I'll go back and be like, let me like rewatch it again from an IC lens and see like how they did things.
Oh,
Yeah.
That's
amazing.
I like that.
Yeah. Is there a type of movie or film or TV that you kind of like would love to be on?
I feel like my dreams like space is definitely young adult stuff, because I think that having a background and supporting survivors and like, advocating for survivors. One of the things that really impacts my work also is just like teaching people about their boundaries and that they get to have them. And so in the space with young actors, that's such a great place to be in.
Yeah.
100%.
So I feel like, at least like for me, like I feel like my life purpose is to help people in these spaces. And it doesn't have to be necessarily on, TV and film sets. It goes all the way out. So the way that I see it is, if I help one actor learn for the first time what their boundaries are, or that just the fact that they get to have them. Like, just, like I have a lot of male actors that are like, no, everything's fine. And I'm like, okay, well, if it's not, let me know. Like, like, does this work for you? Does this work for you?
Right.
And maybe that's the first time someone has ever asked them that, right?
Yeah.
But in general, I also just love that kind of like era in life, where it's like, oh, it was so carefree.
Yeah.
It was high school. The thing I had to worry about was like junior prom.
Yeah.
Very simple things in life. It was great.
the makeout.
Yeah.
scene.
The makeouts.
Yeah.
First
They also have
love.
like very like nuanced intimacy storytelling, because it's like, oh, the first time these two characters are ever kissing somebody. That story is so different than like, people who are a lot more experienced, and the intimacy is like more, like you can see it in the way that their bodies are going to move. So it's a very different type of storytelling.
Yeah.
That's actually a great point.
Yeah, it
I
is.
love that. Yeah.
That makes a lot of
Your
sense.
first love in high school.
Yeah.
Aw.
As an intimacy coordinator, does it feel like directing?
Sometimes I think it does. And I think it also depends on the director. Some directors would prefer that I direct most of the intimacy.
Wow, that's great.
So, but it depends on each individual set, whether they just want like, notes from me, or whether they're like, I don't know how to set this scene up. Like, what do you think? So it really just depends on each collaborative like relationship that I have with a director. And then for any type of storytelling, I can always make suggestions if they're open to it. And most directors are open to it. Some questions that I'll ask them is like, okay, well, so if she's a virgin, then she probably isn't very experienced. So maybe their movements are not so quick.
Right.
Because they're not really sure what they're doing. Maybe taking off a shirt is a little bit more clunky.
Yeah.
Maybe there's a moment and then a little bit of pull back before they finish the kiss and go in for it. So like those little things I can always bring up.
That's so fun.
You gave me goosebumps. Crazy.
That's really cool.
Olivia, what do you wish actors knew before they start filming a sex scene or an intimacy scene?
I think what I really wish they knew is that it's their character and not them, and how their character approaches intimacy is different than their real life intimacy. I think sometimes, and having been an actor, we can get in our minds about like, oh my God, is this going to look good? Like, is it gonna look spicy? Is it going to look steamy? Am I going to look stupid? So a lot of those kinds of thoughts, I think, come from an actor's perspective when it comes to intimacy, because it's supposed to be like hot and steamy. So like, how do I portray that? And I think it would be really helpful for most actors to know, like, it doesn't matter what your real life intimacy is like.
Right.
Your character is going to be completely different. Like just as you're building out your character with so many different traits that aren't your real life, it's the same way.
Yeah.
And also, like, we're not actually having sex.
Exactly.
What?
You're bouncing on a ball,
It's a whole
Missy.
show.
I know.
You're bouncing on a ball.
Yeah.
We need the ball.
Love that.
You might get the ball for Christmas, girls.
Thanks, Missy.
You're welcome.
Thanks.
You can use it with your husband.
Just bring it along with
Yeah.
me places
Yeah.
to all the sets.
Hey,
like,
guys.
hey, I got the ball.
No, I'm
in
talking
case
about for home.
Oh.
Home use.
What
You
am I
just
gonna
use
do
that
with
back.
that?
I told you I have 3 different
toy.
sizes and they're all hot pink.
Yeah.
So wait, okay, you're not gonna. It's gonna be inflated. You're not getting
Slightly deflated, right,
Okay.
Olivia?
Yes.
Yeah.
Just so you get the bounce. You get
Yeah.
the movement.
Of course,
Yeah.
of course.
Yeah.
It's
Otherwise,
deflated, actually.
Oh, mostly
Oh.
deflated. Yeah.
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 Well, there you go.
Because then it'll look like
Yeah.
stiff, right?
Yeah.
So
I don't know how you do things, Tanya, because
Shut up.
that bounce was a little awkward, like a pogo stick bounce. Like,
Okay,
it
you
was
have
not.
to be there.
I think she might need some time with you, Olivia.
I do. I do. I need help.
what are some like common misconceptions that you think people have about intimacy coordinators?
We're not the sex police. Like,
What?
number one. Like, I've had experiences where I've come on set and then everybody is suddenly like,
Oh,
and I'm like, I'm not HR. I don't come on here and wonder why like 2 people gave each other a hug on set. Like,
Yeah.
that's not something that I'm concerned about unless someone comes up to me and is like, hey, this person's making me feel uncomfortable. And then I'm like, oh, would you like me to like facilitate a conversation with the producer?
Yeah.
But still, that's still outside of like my general scope of work.
Mm.
Most of my work is pre-production and coordinating with different departments of
Yeah.
like what's going to be planned for an intimacy scene. Like, what do we need costuming wise, modesty garment wise, how the actors, like, you know, what they think of the intimacy scene, what they're willing to perform, what works for them, the director's vision. Like, it's a very like choreography and conversation heavy space. So that I feel like is one of the biggest common misconceptions is like, I'm not there to be like, you can't do all of these things. I'm there to be like, what do you want to do? And how do we do that safer? Like,
Yeah.
that's really what it is. It's
Yeah.
like, for me, it doesn't matter what exactly it is you're trying to achieve. It could be underwater, scuba diving, making out, and then like simulated sex underwater. It doesn't matter.
Do it.
You know?
I'm going to watch it. Do it, Olivia.
I'm just there to like think through all of the details of what we could possibly need to plan for it
Yeah.
in a way that we could do it as safely as possible. Because with television and film, things go sideways all the time. Like, we go into OT, like a location, you know, something happens, a fire alarm's going, like things happen all day long. So it's like, how can we plan for these intimacy scenes so everyone gets on the same page as much as possible? So by the time that we actually get there to block it and then shoot it, everyone knows what's happening. Like, that's
Yeah.
always the goal. And
Yeah.
I think another common misconception is like folks think that we're just there for like the lead actor, but it's like, no, we're there for everybody. We're also there for the crew. We're there for the director. Like, we're there to facilitate a lot of these conversations and help everybody in each department that might need it. For instance, like, for production, a lot of times, if there is very specific intimacy, there's a project I worked on that was thinking about implementing shibari. And I was like, okay, but you have to hire somebody that knows how to safely rig shibari, because you can't have your PD who's never done it do that to an actor. Like, it's not safe to do. So those are the conversations that I end up having, is like helping each department, like, you know, whatever it is, like, whatever it looks like.
Okay, so Olivia, first of all, they obviously know how I am at sex, because I don't know.
How you were at sex.
They were there
How
somehow.
I am at sex.
What? How-
Shut up. Leave me alone.
I don't have a camera in your bedroom.
We love you.
Although
Yes,
I would. I totally would.
God, you're like a fly on
There
the
would
wall.
be nothing to watch.
I don't. Yeah, I was like, I don't even know what shibari is.
Yeah.
Shibari,
Shibari.
the rope.
Oh, okay, okay. Gotcha.
Yeah.
If you had to give the general public one tip for better, more cinematic sex, so that I can learn too, what would that be?
Guys, consent is sexy. like
Yes.
that's
Yeah.
like number one.
Yeah.
Consent is sexy. Talk about what it is that you want to do. Just like with all of the scenes that I'm choreographing on set, we talk about it. What are your boundaries? Like, what does that look like for you? How much clothing can you remove? What
I love
positions
that.
feel good for your body? Do you have allergies? Because if you have allergies, and then let's say you're allergic to peanuts, and then I eat peanuts, and then we make out, that's going to be a problem.
That's
So, like,
huge
just having those open conversations, like at the forefront, because that means that everybody else is also going to have a better experience if we know what we're doing.
Yeah. No, I agree.
I
Take
think
that
that's
to the
wonderful.
bedroom.
Oh, you know what? I will. Thank you.
Run to the bedroom.
Thank
now,
you.
Tania.
Thank you, ladies.
So maybe we should all get certified as an intimacy coordinator. That might help your bedroom.
You
I
can
think it might
recommend
help
one of your 500 programs that you're
I have a lot of
Missy.
programs.
Yeah.
I'll give you my full list later.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
On your resume.
Olivia, one more question before we wrap up here. Do you have, is there any funny moment that you can recall being on set where it was just unpredictable and it was just like, oh my God, I can't believe this is happening?
Yes, in a very amazing way. There was a project that I worked on, and one of the scenes, the lead male is supposed to take off our lead female's underwear. They're in the backseat of a car, for context. And so we did the close-up shot of that, and then he's supposed to just like throw it on the ground. And there was like, it was weird because everyone was trying to figure out where he was going to throw the underwear because he was holding it. And so he randomly threw it, and then it hung on the rear view mirror of the car. And then we were like, oh my God, that's amazing.
That is an amazing shot.
So that ended up in the show.
That's awesome.
Happy accidents.
That is a great shot.
Oh my gosh.
Like, I can visualize it right now.
I will say what's really funny is like whenever we do those underwear removing shots, like usually the actress has like 3 layers of underwear on. So usually they have their own underwear, they have the modesty garment, and then they have their underwear.
Cheating.
Oh, that's funny.
Love it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's a lot of backups.
Makes me feel better though, you know, like
more secure.
I think you should just wear 3 layers in general.
I just
In your everyday life.
I do. I do.
It's like you got to earn your way down.
Oh man.
You passed test 1.
Oh boy.
Round 2.
And I have a modesty
garment underneath.
Just in
You'll be like,
case.
what the hell's that?
What is going on?
You're fine. It's fine.
It's fine.
You
It's
just
a
have to
modesty
pass the
garment.
test.
Yeah.
There's less and less coverage the more you take
Just
off.
put your ear on my thigh, okay?
Oh
That's
my
all you have to do.
I think we
Rub your ear on my thigh.
just
all.
bounce like a pogo stick.
Back and forth.
And I'll just do bouncing, yeah. See?
They need
Easy.
certification. They clearly cannot.
Tania
do this.
needs
Yeah.
certification.
Oh my God.
I
Olivia,
do.
we literally could talk to you for hours.
Yeah.
I know,
but we
you're
need to
amazing.
wrap up.
Yeah.
So sad.
I am so sad. We like to use the word of the day, okay, with our guests. Now, I'm going to ask you to give me a sentence using the word of the day as an intimacy coordinator. So it was TNT, Tallahassee Night Train.
So now that we're going to be storytelling this TNT, how would you like to film this?
How
Which cheek would you like to be whacked on?
Yeah. What color
what
sock
filler
do
would
you
you
want?
Yeah, what filler would you use?
Are you allergic to
That's a
certain
good
things?
one. I like that one.
Okay, Olivia, what advice would you give to your younger self about relationships?
I would say focus on yourself.
Yes.
Yes.
Yes. 100%.
Yeah.
100%.
Yeah, we're so worried about everybody else.
Yeah, you've just got such...
It's very simple, but
Yeah.
like
I don't
profound
know that I
idea.
would flip
Exactly.
it.
No, it's like, yeah, focus on
We
you.
need to put these on some shirts.
I know.
Yeah.
We might do that might be a slutty moment for us.
yeah.
Oh, that's a
so.
slutty moment.
Focus on you.
Maybe
Focus on you.
focus on your slutty self.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
We're all about that.
Mhm.
Olivia, how can our sluts find you on social media?
So I am on Instagram. That's the best spot to find me.
Okay.
It's at Love Health OK, just the letters OK, which is Olivia Ku for my name.
Okay.
That's the best place to
That's
find me.
great. I hope to work with you too someday.
I know.
These girls
That would
took
be
over.
incredible. I would love it.
I know.
Yes.
Let me just write a script quickly tomorrow.
Exactly.
You got to put some TNT in there.
I'm going to put a lot of TNT. A lot
Missy, then I'll be asking you that question.
How would you like to film this TNT?
Yeah, we're going to have a dinner over this.
And you got to say, boom, TNT.
Boom. Minus the boom.
Yes.
All right, Olivia, thank you so much. We loved having you. We could have you on for hours, but we've got to go.
Oh.
Sluts, thanks for listening. Follow and subscribe for more slutty moments. Sluts out.
Sluts out.